Thanks for coming, guys. Fire away.
John, through to another grand final, must be feeling pretty good after that result.
Absolutely, it's it's a great spot to be in. It's what you work for, what you started training way back last year, and before that really, it's after the last game last year. You go into preparation mode straight away with staff and different things and players, and you work really from our last game right through. The players came back terrific, and we give ourselves an opportunity next week, and so it's terrific. I thought we executed today as good as we could have. Our method was really good. We were strong in the contest. We concentrated on our process and lived in the moment, got the job done.
How pleased were you with the way you were able to do it? Like, you had a strong first quarter, which we've spoken about a lot this year. You kind of down on the clearance numbers, were able to battle through that. There are a lot of things that you were able to push through in that game and get on the right side of.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, not everything's going to go your way, and I've said it probably a number of times at the back end of the year that you've just got to find different ways at different times, and whether that's finding ways to win or getting back on top at clearance, or clearly we were getting well beaten out of the centre. Our free kicks at clearance were a big issue. Those type of things were putting us on the back foot at times, but we were able to work through that. Our defenders played well, and then we're able to turn the tide a bit, and that's always good because things aren't going to go your way. At this time of the year, you're going to be up against it at different times in the game with different things. Sometimes those things change, and you've got to be able to adapt and problem solve and do that on the run. And now I thought our players did that well.
Close games this final series. How are the stress levels today after dominating at every quarter?
No, they're still pretty high. No, it's just that's just you just live in that space. So you just. I thought we used really strong method tonight, and we were even. I thought we had an even performance, and we're able to offensively, defensively play a really strong method, and I thought that was important.
I think it's something time this year you've won every quarter. It's the most complete performance of the year.
Oh, look, I wouldn't jump to that conclusion just yet. I'm not really worried about that, to be honest. I just thought we played a good method. It's not about saying where it rates in the year. For me, it's just we needed to get the job done tonight. We came and the best way to get the job done is to be hard in the contest and get your method right. And if we get those two things right, generally things take care of themselves.
John, in terms of personnel, how's Longmire going?
Look, he's okay. He's just seen the docs when I left, so he seemed okay himself. So see how his ankle pulls up.
And one of the differences, what was the issue?
He rolled it. Yeah.
One of the differences early on was you were able to have a few options in attack, whereas I guess how we're struggling final or two. How important is it going into the grand final that we've got Logan hopefully up and running? Marty's come and kick 3 goals and even perhaps the same.
Yeah, well, hopefully they're everyone's ready to go, and that's all we can do at this time. But it's about different methods at different times. It's not about the individual all the time, and I thought that was what I was pleased about tonight. There was different players shouldered the loads at different times, so that was good.
John, how well equipped do you think this group is to deal with the week in front of them compared to maybe 2 years ago?
Well, you're always learning, aren't you? You're always learning, and we learn all the time. You learn tonight. We learn. We'll get into the review this week and learn what we did well and what we need to improve again, and we'll learn to deal with the week, and that's part of it. I mean, it's just it's a good thing to have in front of you. That's what you want to be a part of grand final week. You get the balance of what the week's about and understanding what that is, and knowing you still got to do your job. With our training, I thought over the last 2 weeks was excellent. We trained at a really high standard, really sharp, really hard. Prepared ourselves to play well, and our meetings and things like that. The day-by-day stuff is the really important things, and that's what we'll be concentrating on this week. Is enjoy the preparation part, and that's what you need to do. Our training, our meetings, our reviews, all of those things we did well over the last 2 weeks. So we need to apply that methodology coming up to this week.
John, you do much different logistically to what you did in 2022, even in terms of access to the MCG, getting down there earlier. Will you tweak anything?
We'll have a look at that this week.
John, it is a tough season, and you reflected on that. It's not easy to get here. as a coach, are you able to enjoy the week at all, or is it until the trophy's lifted?
Oh, you just enjoy the process of the week. It's about the method, and I sort of want to sort of emphasise that. You don't sit back and just. You've got work to do, and we've got to get to work this week, and we'll get to work on, tonight. You want to enjoy it with friends and family, and enjoy it tomorrow. Get your recovery done, and then we'll get to work on Sunday, and you just get all the stuff out of the week, early in the week out of the way, and then you sort of get your training done, and that's the part of it that you sort of lean into is just the work needs to be done, and that's the part of it that you really enjoy.
What's the plan in terms of Callum Mills, and when do you make a decision in terms of his fitness?
Well, he trained today and trained quite well, so did a fair bit, which is a good sign. We'll see how the week progresses.
You obviously made a call with Sam Reid and didn't work out in 2022. Does that factor in when you make the call heading into a grand final?
Oh, let's see how the week progresses. I'm half an hour after just walking off after a prelim.
About hard luck stories, Taylor Adams is no stranger to them. Do you feel for those players in these moments?
Yeah, I've been there as a player, and a couple of times, both with injury and non-selection. So absolutely you do. But his attitude's been terrific. He's out in the ground tonight and soaking in the moments. And we're not sure what happens this week, and so just keep working and see how the week progresses.
John, do you
John,
expect,
on the flip side of that, you've got Luke Parker, who there was at stage, the way his season with all its hurdles was going, there was questions about whether he would get back. He has got back. He's the only player in that team that's actually played in the premiership team. Can he add anything to the week for you as that sort of sole survivor from 2012?
Sole survivor. That's an interesting way to put it, Mel. I just think, blokes have played in grand finals before, they understand it. It's about concentrating on your job. It's about doing your job. That's what it's about. Enjoying the moment with friends and family, but then getting back to work. That's what it is. You've still got to go and do your job each training session, and then go on in game day. You've still got to go out there and play your role, do your job. It sounds like it's a bit boring, but that's what works. That's what's worked over the last so many years for us. It's certainly worked for us the last 2 weeks in the preparation for tonight.
What was the thinking about playing him on a league? You've got a sort of a key defender on a sort of a small forward.
Yeah, he didn't start on him. He sort of, and Leah was sort of doing a bit of damage in that first probably 15, 20 minutes, and then we put Parksy to him. Parksy's pretty smart and has got good forward craft, and you've got to be those things to play on Leah, because he's a very good player. And so, I thought he did a reasonable job on him too, when he was playing pretty well in that first quarter.
Justin McInerney was obviously a little bit quieter in that first game back, but he looked excellent and kind of back to form after that bigger training block in the last couple of weeks. Yeah,
it was important to get a couple of weeks of good training into him, and he did some real specific stuff. Our coaches worked with him hard, and that was the beauty, I guess, for him and Paps and those guys that were coming back to get some good work into them. They sort of, you pull up the first game, you've got a couple of bumps and bruises, and then you sort of get over that, but then you can get a good training block in, and certainly with him it helped. He looked really sharp tonight.
John, do you have any nerves about Dean Rampy for the hit on Zach Butters in the first quarter?
I didn't see it. Yeah, sorry, I don't know.
do you expect your players, even if you don't talk about it as a group, but just do you expect players to personally draw on the hurt from 2 years ago, just through the week?
I think you sort of live in the moment, and we talked about that this week, and just concentrate on what's in front of us, and that's where you get your focus. That's where you sharpen your focus in each day by day, and focus. You focus on that, and that's what we did tonight. I think it worked pretty well, and we'll maintain that focus. Preparation is what we can control, and that's what we do. We get to work and enjoy the experience of working hard.